Fire Mario Cristobal and this entire staff, and let's start over from scratch. That's right, I don't have a pitchfork, but I got a rake, the next closest thing. I'm fuming, I'm mad. I'm also up in a tree, by the way. Boy, the things I do for these walking and venting videos. Okay, so we like to keep these things, raw. I don't edit them, so I'm gonna see if I can get down out of this tree. And we're gonna do this episode. Ugh. So hold up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Walking and Venting with Coop, episode 7? 6 or 7, I don't know. It'll be in the title, it'll be in the thumbnail. This series is exactly what it sounds like it is. It's me walking along the edge of my property while talking about a hot topic when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. And these are, very debatable topics for a reason. I want these to be, videos about things that maybe are touchy subjects, things that people are afraid to voice their opinion on, and we are blunt and transparent in this series every single time, no holding back. So you can say whatever you want down in the comment section below. Now, before you say, Coop, the title is clickbait. Before you say, Coop, you want Mario Cristobal fired? What is wrong with you? Notice the quotation marks in the title. I had to pull you in because we had to discuss this. It's not me saying that. But boy, oh boy, there are a lot of other Miami fans that truly do have their pitchforks and torches out, and they are ready to scratch this entire thing and bring in a new head coach, new set of coordinators, and just start all over. And I want to talk about it today. I don't care if it's a subject that's been discussed to death. I don't care if we want to come out here and say it's silly, because the reality of the situation is, guys, Mario is not getting fired year one, especially not 6 weeks into the season. We all know and understand that. Let's just keep it real for a second. I don't care what you want to happen, what your opinion is, that's not going to happen. That's just facts. That's the reality of the situation. He's going to be here for, in my opinion, the full length of his contract, but minimum 5 to 7 years, period. Just straight up, point blank. But I feel like it is worthy of discussion because all of a sudden the fan base is imploding. I get it. 2-3 start. We lost to a Conference USA team. We just lost to North Carolina. We're super frustrated because, their defense was terrible. We threw for almost 500 yards, but it only equaled 24 points. FAMU rushed for more against UNC's defense than we could. That's pitiful, right? I get it. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not the fan police, bro. I am not the fan police. I hate the fan police. So maybe I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite. Maybe I'm contradicting myself just a tad. Because I tell you guys, you can fan the way you want to fan. And I'm not calling these people not fans. It's not what I'm doing. It's not my place. But I am here to say that if you are one of those people that says, fire Mario Cristobal 6 weeks into his first season with the Miami Hurricanes, that's not constructive criticism. That's not out of love. That's selfishness and stupidity. Straight up, I'm calling you out. I am. And like I said, I'm not the fan police, so I'm not saying that you are not a true fan. I don't get to decide that. That's not what I'm doing. I can call you stupid, though. I absolutely can. Man, Melissa, what do you think about the hoodie game? I know it's Under Armour. I know it's not 3-Stripe Life, but the Adidas hoodie's in the washer. What do you think, Melissa? Some of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Some of you don't know the hoodie girl. Anyways, it's absolutely stupid. I feel dumb even having this conversation with you guys because we know that it's not going to happen. We know that even if more fans jumped on that bandwagon, it still wouldn't happen. But we do need to talk about it because there's such a large portion of the fan base that does want this. Go look on Facebook. Go look on Twitter. As a matter of fact, actually don't, because it's an absolute cesspool and you will be disgusted whenever you read some of these comments. Go look on the Cane Sport forums. All these talks, everybody's calling Mario Wario, and they're saying, we got to get this man out of here. I knew he was a fraud, absolutely terrible coach. Bro, listen, I'm mad too. I don't want to be 2-3, but we have this problem It's not just us. It's not just Canes fans, but we're real bad about it, man. We have this problem with thinking, man, how do I word this? Let me give you an analogy. I'm so bad with analogies. But what we keep wanting to do is think of the head coaching position as playing the lottery. So what we're doing is we're scratching off that lotto ticket, and we've not finished scratching it off yet, but things aren't looking real good right now. It's a match 3. We've only scratched off 2 out of the 6, but those 2 were 2 totally different pictures, and we were like, oh no, like this is probably a losing lottery ticket. At least it looks that way right now. I would rather go ahead and throw this one in the trash without scratching off the rest of them and just get a nice new shiny lottery ticket and hope that we hit it big right out of the gate. That is exactly what we're doing, and it's what we continue to do, and it's part of the reason why we are where we are and why we continue to struggle. And I'm going to address again, because I know people are going to say, well, Coop, you wanted Manny fired because he was underperforming. Coop, you wanted Mark Richt fired because he wouldn't give up play calling and you didn't like his son coaching the quarterbacks. You're right. You're right. So maybe I am being a little bit of a hypocrite. But that wasn't literally, bro, that wasn't literally year 1. 6 weeks. We played 5 games. The bye week makes it 6 weeks into the football season. It wasn't 6 weeks into year 1, bro. I mean, I gave it 3 years. You know, I think with Rick and Manny, however long it was that Rick was here. I've slept since then. That was at least 2 to 4 years. Something like that. And again, I am guilty of it at times. I am. I get a little emotional. We all love this team. We get a little hyped up, you know. But the problem is at this point, man, Mario is the coach where we went all in. Money is being pumped into the program. We're finally trying to upgrade facilities. We're spending big boy bucks on this. And with all of that being said, you're telling me that 6 weeks into the season, I know we're 2-3, but you're ready to throw in the towel, scratch it, and start completely over from scratch again, hoping that we strike gold on the first coach. Is that what we're going to do? Is that literally what we're going to do? Is if we don't win a national championship, you guys set yourself up for this. If we don't win a national championship this year, well, Cannon, bro. Cannon, we'll move on to the next one. He doesn't win a national championship, Cannon, bro. There's no time to build up any chemistry at all. None. Think about it. I'm that person that is not pointing fingers at one specific person. Has Gaddis been perfect? No. Has Mario been perfect? Absolutely not. Kevin Steele, the defense, people aren't talking about it enough. It's been struggling at times. Players, specific players, it's a group effort. It's everyone. But you have to remember that they did, in fact, inherit this team. I know you don't want to hear it because you're going to say, well, look at USC and they're having some instant success. They also got some big-time players out of the transfer portal. We went fishing in the transfer portal as well, but those guys aren't putting up the kind of numbers that USC is getting with some of the guys they pulled at the quarterback position and wide receiver position. We're talking about guys that are playing on Sundays in the near future. So, yeah, they're seeing some instant success. They pulled in some big-time guys, and there's a lot of other factors that play a part here, man. But the reality of the situation is they did inherit this team. It is going to take time, and it does take time to change culture. People are saying, Coop, well, don't call this growing pains because we got the talent, bro. It still does take time. Time is, the T word is such a dirty word around here. And, you know, I came out and did expect a little bit of instant success. I predicted 9-3. We're at a point now to where that means we need to win out the rest of the season to even reach that, which won't happen because there's still, you know, the chance that we drop another ACC game, possibly maybe even to like Duke or Pitt or somebody, and we still have Clemson on the schedule. So we're looking at 8-4 or 7-5 if we're keeping it real. And, you know, Canes fans are going to be up in arms because Manny won 7 games last year. If we get the same results, people aren't going to look at how we won or how we lost. They're strictly going to look at wins and losses at the end of the day. 90% of the fan base, that's what they're going to do. So if Manny went 7-5 last year, Mario goes 7-5 this year. I already saw the post on social media, guys. They say, why not? Why didn't we just keep Manny? We were spending less money and we got the same result. but they're not willing to take the time. They're not willing to go through some of the growing pains. The transition, man, waiting on the chemistry between the coaches. Bro, I'm getting... It's not all going to be unicorns and rainbows. Now, let me back up a second. Let me address something. Because people are going to say, well, Coop, you're venting. You've been heated. I saw your React video. You were pissed that Miami lost to North Carolina. Well, of course, man. Losing still sucks either way. I'm still going to vent. But again, I try to do it in a constructive way, out of love. Saying, fire them, I'm calling for people's heads 6 weeks into the season is not a solution. What are you going to do? What is your plan? You want to fire Gaddis, okay? We're all mad at Gaddis. We don't like the play calling. Yeah, it improved a little bit, but it's the red zone play calling is still doo-doo. What's your solution? Okay, well, put Ponce in there. Ponce is the passing game coordinator, the quarterback's coach. Let him call the plays. Okay, well then it's a bunch more of the same. Then what's the solution? Well, I guess fire Mario because we just need to start from the ground up. 6 weeks into the season? I know it's not all you guys, man. I know it's not. And I'm not saying that you have to just blindly support. I saw Canes fans saying, I'm not going to another game. I'm not telling you how to fan. It's fine. Do what you want to do. What you feel like is necessary. What's right. It's also okay to vent your frustrations and hold people accountable. For some reason, people think that you can't say, wow, we performed poorly, and then the next week be like, go Canes. You can do that. I'm here to tell you that you can do that. I could be like, man, Josh Gaddis' red zone play calling has been atrocious. And then the next week when he calls a good play, I can be like, good job, Gaddis. Good job. You don't have to be all negative or all positive. I don't know. Are people's brains just... I'm at a loss, man. I'm at a loss. No, I don't want Mario Cristobal fired. No, I don't want Josh Gaddis fired. No, I don't want Kevin Steele fired. I want to see what these guys can do, man. But in the meantime, when we lose and we underperform, I'm going to vent my frustration and hold people accountable, players and coaches. I keep seeing this thing also, though, of on the opposite side. Let's look at the other end of this. The fans that are only positive. So they say, well, guys, you're being way too negative. You're putting too much on Mario. Look at Nick Saban. He went what? I think he went like 7-5 or 6-6 in his first year at Alabama. And look at, Alabama's track record since then. But you do have to be realistic because you're still kind of setting you're getting up there. You're setting the bar really high. Not everyone is Nick Saban. I'm not saying that Mario will not reach that. I'm not saying that, he doesn't have the potential to get to that caliber of coaching, but not everyone is Nick Saban. That's a totally different, environment, way different place. It's apples to oranges, bro. So, I hope that Mario can reach that kind of potential, but we don't honestly truly know yet. I don't know, man. And I am willing and ready to ride this out while also holding people accountable, venting about it, and we go from there. I would never call for a head coach 6 weeks into the season. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I can't believe, I know other fan bases do it, but I can't believe that there are other Miami fans that actually think that's the solution. Man, I can't freaking believe it. I made myself some notes because I knew I was going to get way off track in this one. But I think I said everything I wanted to say. I think I did. I know that, we've not been good for a while. We haven't. Let's be real. Nobody cares about the 2001 national championship. Nobody cares about 5 national championships. In my opinion, if you haven't won a championship in the last decade, the last 10 years, it's irrelevant. Canes fans don't want to hear that. And I know I'm in the minority. You can say I'm not a Canes fan then. That's fine. If it hasn't been in the last 10 years, nobody freaking cares. They don't. The recruits don't care either. all these names on the wall and all these greats. Go watch clips on YouTube. It's going to be in 480p because that's the last time we were good. They don't care, man. So what's happening is Canes fans are putting 20 years, 2 decades of expectations and frustrations and letdowns on Mario Cristobal. And that's okay. He's getting paid the big bucks. I get it. But to expect instant results, I'm talking ACC championship, national championship, year 1, you set yourself up for that. You 100% did. And you have to be willing to back up, look at the reality, look at the facts, and say, you know what? I expected a little bit too much. Put your expectations high. I get it. Yeah, definitely. But also just know in the back of your mind that you got to be realistic with this thing. Because otherwise, we're just going to make things way worse. Way, way worse. Here's my advice. And I need to take my own advice, and I've been trying to. My expectation going into this season was 9-3. I don't think that we achieved that still. We could, but probably not. I told myself, Coop, taper your expectations a little bit. Nope, no, that's incorrect. Don't do that either. Take your expectations and throw them out the window. For the rest of the season, ride it out, continue to hold people accountable and complain, but don't have any expectations. Now, I say that not to be negative. I don't mean don't believe in the team. I don't mean we're trash. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it will make life much easier for you if you take that route. Don't have any expectations year 1, and then what we'll do, we have something to gauge next year off of. We'll build off of that, and we'll say, okay, we have a baseline. We know 2022 we went 7-5. Okay, well that means 2023 we need to win at least 1 to 2 more games, right? We bring in a recruiting class. Guys have been coached up. There's a little bit of consistency. There's been time to build up chemistry with the players and the coaches. Then we reevaluate there. Then you know kind of where to put them. We had no idea what to base our expectations off of. You can't say, well, Coop, Mario did this at Oregon. That's Oregon. That's not Miami. How can you really, truly base it off of that? You can't. Man, I got to wrap this thing up. We're going on 20 minutes. This is going to be one of the longest episodes we've ever done. I could go on and on and on. And part of it's because I have to add so many disclaimers because people are going to take things I said out of context. There's going to be one side that thinks that I want Mario fired because of the title. There's going to be another side that thinks I'm being a hypocrite because I'm still venting my frustrations, but also saying I want to keep the staff as is. Man, I can do whatever I want. And like I said, I'm going to hold people accountable, but I also understand and realize that it is going to take a little bit of time, even though we don't want it to. It's just the reality of the situation. It's facts. I don't want anybody fired. And if you want someone fired, you can keep voicing your opinion because it's a free country. And I'm not judging your level of fandom. But I am telling you it's a little bit stupid. Whatever, man. On a positive note. Did I have a positive note? I didn't. No positive note. Okay. So this one was definitely all venting, all hot topic. That's it, man. Got Virginia Tech coming up. Thank goodness that's not a night game in Blacksburg. That's the positive. There we go. Boom. I found one, you guys. That's not a night game. That would be terrifying if it was like an 8 p.m. kickoff in Blacksburg with the, Inner Sandman and fireworks and stuff going off. Thank goodness it's a noon game. Have an opportunity to be 1-1 in the ACC. One game at a time, man. And it is what it is. You guys continue to do your thing. Either way, man. Continue to do your thing. But that's it. Leave your thoughts, man. Leave your thoughts. I had to talk about it. This is therapy for me, guys. You don't understand. These walking and venting episodes, I do them for a reason. I sit in that studio cooped up. I get all mad and worked up and frustrated. I come out here in nature. I smell some grass, and cool off a little bit. Hey, remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.